I've been putting this off, but I need to make this video. For Norwood 3 in 3rd grade, I got a comment from San Iago. And here's what he said. Quote, I really respect the content that you're providing here, and your message is always clear when it comes to embracing hair loss. I started following this channel for a bit now, ever since I got conscious of my receding hairline. I never had a dad to give me any sort of talk, not even something like this. It was hard for me starting to recede at age 20. I really have to thank you for the contents you've been providing. I visited a dermatologist to figure out my Norwood pattern. From the way my hairline looked, it was a Norwood going into a Norwood 2. I'm 21, by the way. However, that's not what my dermatologist said. He said I have a Norwood 2A. It's like a Norwood 2, except my midsection is also gone. It's weird because I have the corners, but my midsection still have hair. My dermatologist said that because there's thinning in the midsection, it's in a Norwood pattern, it's considered to be a thinned out region of hair, bald as well. So despite I still have hair in the midsection, it is still considered to be bald there, and hence the Norwood 2A. How would you comment on that? Especially when someone who thinks my hair loss isn't that bad, then they visit a professional and they get let down like this. It's actually worse than I thought. How would you suggest people deal with that? Like, should we just not visit a professional when we don't want to face the truth? End quote. So, excellent comment. I think this is very helpful. And by the way, let me start off by acknowledging what you said about how you didn't have a father figure. For me already, that's like, my heart goes out to you right there. Because I have had a very involved father my entire life. And so to grow up without a father in your life, to me, like already I'm thinking, man, that's the bigger burden in life as compared to losing your hair. If you've made it this far and without a father, man. So thank you for sharing that with me. And I love to be a mentor. I love helping younger guys. Even though I'm only 15 years older than you, still though, I'm at a different phase in life, and I appreciate that you're allowing me to help you. Yeah, so here's what this makes me think of. It makes me think of the fact that I'm aware, and I know that you're 21, but I'm aware that there's a lot of teenagers watching my channel, a lot of subscribers that are not even out of high school. They're starting to notice hair loss. They're coming to me in an act of desperation. What do? Hoping that I'm going to provide a magical solution, and I don't. Because ultimately, what can I really tell a teenage kid? All I can really say is, well, you can either embrace it and make that your new identity and accept the fact that you're going to be the bald guy and just shave your head and get a buzz cut and let that be it. Or you can, when you're 23, maybe get a hair transplant. Or you can maybe have your parents take you to a specialist, to a doctor, and maybe see what they can do, which implies that we're going to take drugs, which might have side effects and only be a temporary solution until you're in your 20s, and then you lose your hair anyway. Something like that. And I feel it's just kind of a generic, like, here you go, here's a piece of candy to make you happy for now. And I don't like doing that, because I think, and that's exactly what he did. He went to the dermatologist, he heard this, and what he heard was actually more depressing than what I would have said. Because I would have said, if it were up to me, what I would tell young guys that are losing their hair, I would actually say, personally, I'd say, become the bald guy. Buzz your hair off, you're the bald guy, and you embrace it. That's what I would say. But I think it is, I can imagine how disappointing it's got to be to go to the dermatologist only to find out it's worse than it is. And I feel like in a way I can relate, because we obviously don't know what's going to happen with my hair loss. I think there's a good chance, and someone said it last week, that I'm Norwood 3, but I could be going straight to Norwood 5. And that's the thing. But for me, Norwood 4 is pretty much Norwood 5 for this reason, because for me, the way I see it, once I become Norwood 4, I need to just go ahead and buzz it off anyway. So whether I'm 4, whether I'm 5, and I understand when you buzz your hair off, it's going to have a different dynamics of your face. But either way, if I'm shaving it off, I'm shaving it off. I've already moved on to a different phase of my life. So I recognize that some people may not go from a 2 to a 3. You may go to basically a 2 to a 5, in essence, is kind of what's being implied here. So I really appreciate San Iago. I appreciate your comment. I think this is very relevant. I mean, I personally can relate to this concept, even though I may not be going through it right now. I do have the thinning up here, which some people are saying is slowing down because of the rosemary oil or whatnot. I don't know, but I think that's, if nothing else, we all have to be aware of the fact that no matter what Norwood we are or we think we have to be ready for the fact that that could change 2 more levels up in the course of months. It could happen. For some, from what I've been understanding, for me it's taken years to lose this much hair, but for others they could lose it much more quicker, especially if there's that thinning on top of the receding. So thank you for this comment, because it helps, it challenges me in a way to just be able to realize how unpredictable all of this is, and ultimately what we really have to do. We can try to find some kind of solution that's going to maybe delay the problem, but ultimately, if you're going bald, you're going bald. I still think in my heart, for me personally, the best direction I can give myself is, like I had already said, embracing the baldness. If you can delay it in the process, good for you. And I'm doing the same thing. And you're going to see me grow my hair out for the rest of this year. It's not that I'm in denial. It's just one last hurrah is the way I look at it. Because for all I know, it all changes sometime next year, 2018. I go bald. I'm Norwood 4. I'm Norwood 5. And I shave my head. For all I know, I'm ready for it.